Hey, welcome to a Boxing Day on the Peg with me, your host, the one, the only, the eyebrow-raising, the bearded toyholic. I am, of course, the Mad Montreal Man, or in most cases, people just call me Joseph. Well, we got some action figures to view today, and I'm not going to be as overly fun. You'll understand why at the end of the video, but we got a couple for you today. We've got the DC Digital Batgirl. Yes, and I don't know why I went crazy, but I got the Demon Knights glow-in-the-dark demon. Now, it's still not the demon that I want, and I got a 2-pack. If you saw my video last week, I thanked the guys DB Games for holding this for me for a while. I got the Atom Smasher and Spectre 2-pack. But what do you say we start off, well, let's be a little old-fashioned here, because after all, I am old and ugly before my editor puts anything up. Let's start off with Batgirl, a classic-looking Batgirl. So once more, in 2025, let's get my good friend, your friend, he who hates mint and package, the steel blade of justice, Dr. Scalpel. Whoa. And let's start taking Barbara Gordon, a.k.a. Batgirl, out of the package. So let me know in the comments, how has your holiday been so far? How was that Xmas day for you? Or if you're not Christian, how was Hanukkah for you? If you're into Diwali, happy Diwali. And if you're pagan, well, I hope you had a good winter solstice. But let's finish taking Batgirl out of the package, throw in a close-up, and we'll be back to talk about her. Noted. Of course, she comes with the digital card, and of course the card itself. She also has, because you gotta have it, the very large, weird Batarang thingy, and of course the Batgirl Batarang. Now, if you saw in that little video, I did put her up against the other Batgirl, the more classically Batgirl. So apart from the cape and the head, guess what? Reuse. Not a shocker. It's literally the same Batgirl body we've had before. I actually have the regular version of her that came out quite a long time ago, somewhere in the storage containers, because as you saw last week, I saw be taking apart the shelving, redoing the studio, and so I've had to take down a lot of stuff and put it away for now. But I couldn't find that one to compare with, so I compared it to her. Same body. Overall, I don't mind the fact that it's the same body. It's a reuse because we need more characters, more female characters. It's a shame we didn't get a cloth cape instead of this thing, because it would have been nice to have even a short purple and yellow cloth cape. Would have been really cool. I don't know why they didn't do it. They did do it for that Robin that was a page puncher, so I don't know. Overall, though, not a bad figure. I do like the face sculpt. I'm not even talking about articulation. It's a female McFarlane figure. You know what it's going to be like. I'm happy I got her. I also like the fact that it's a bit of a throwback in some ways to the older comics. Tribute to her mother, Catwoman, in the pre-New 52 age, yada, yada, yada. Also, kind of like, hey, we haven't done the Adam West Batgirl with the purple outfit, so it's kind of like that. So I'm happy I got her. I do like it. I'm not going to regret this one. If you're asking, though, it's not front of the shelf. It's not the best Batgirl we've ever gotten, but it's still a nice thing to have. But let's move on. Let's move on. Let's go to, well, one I hesitated buying for the longest time because I already have, you know, the regular demon from this series, the Demon Knights, but I figured, you know, black and white, it's a limited edition, only 3,350. It's probably why I bought it, just for the fact I know some people out there will be going, but it's mint and packaged, why are you opening it up? Why? Because I'm evil. And I like having my toys on display. Okay? There's your answer. Plus the fact, I'm a big kid. I want to be able to see my toys. Not just, oh, here's a box. I got boxes here. These are all empty. Why? Because the action figures are on shelves currently right now spread throughout the house. Eventually, well, they're still going to be spread throughout the house. Let's be honest. I am a toyaholic. I have action figures pretty much in the basement, main floor, and up in here. Yeah, okay, well, I like taking things out of boxes. All right, once more. Oh, yes, Dr. Scalpel. Ooh, 3D Scalpel. Now, the reason why I said before this is not the demon I want is because I kind of want a traditional demon. I know for people who collect the animated series stuff they've done one. But I want a DC Multiverse demon. You know what I'm talking about? The Jack Kirby. You saw in the close-up I put like the more traditional demon look behind it, and that's what I kind of want. But, got the plastic off, so I don't know why I've been doing this lately, but whatever. Top or bottom? Which way is going to give first? Or maybe none. Oh! Okay. Neither. Let's see which one's going to go. Oh, okay, we got. Finally, give it up. Starting to. Wow, it's really stuck in there, but it's going to be a bottom. Oh. Unsupervised, unscripted. You never know what's going to happen. Oh, wow, those colors really pop. But I'm going to take him out of the package, throw in a close-up. Maybe if I have time, I'll let him sit lit up so that I can do an extra close-up where you can see him glowing. I don't know yet, but I got to take him out of the package. Be back right after that. do something I don't normally do. I did do another comparison. I put the glow-in-the-dark demon with the regular demon, and I'll give you a heads up now, I'm doing the same thing for Spectre and Atom Smasher. I just figured, why not? It's end of the year, it's Boxing Day, let's do something a little bit more traditional, because most people who do these videos do a comparison. I'm not going to do the whole size thing, though, because it's the same figure. He does come with, of course, the ultraviolet little base. I now have 3 of these things. But they're kind of cool. I kind of like them. I borrowed a regular flat base for the video shoot. He also comes with the card, just says DC. And my first reaction when I saw the number of the card was, holy shit! I have a card lower than 300. This is the lowest card I've ever gotten. So yeah, I kind of like really happy I decided to buy this guy after all, because this is okay, I won't tell you what number, but it's less than 250. It's really cool getting a card like this because it's kind of fun. And I also have to admit, I'm not as shocked by the color as I thought I was going to be. But it is the same figure. I mean, it's the same figure, you know, gray, orange head, yellow head, which is a bit more comic book accurate. The colors, I mean, I'm not a fan of pink. I know, it's pink, but it's the same figure, so it's kind of cool having it. It's a shame we didn't get a cloth cape. I'm getting spoiled with these cloth capes, but it is really cool. I don't regret it now. I don't regret it. I still want a regular demon figure somehow, but yeah, I'm happy. It's a shame we also didn't get like a head swap, because the packaging has him with a growling face, which would have been really cool, but I don't mind. It's a cool figure to have, and if I do have time to get him all charged up, I will throw a close-up in at the end if I can get him fully charged up so he glows well enough for a close-up. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not saying for sure I have it now, because I got news for you. Shocker, I am filming this before Boxing Day. Okay? I have to. It's the way things are, because editing takes time and and so forth, and I'm working Boxing Day. But yeah, there is glow-in-the-dark demon. Oh, by the way, I haven't said this in a while, but these bases really do suck. When I was working on my shelving, like taking off the action figures to take out the old shelving and start installing the new shelving, every time I picked up a figure, for the most part, the base would just fall down. If I went to put them on a different shelf, like the shelving I have downstairs, I would pick them up, put them on the shelf. Oh, I don't like it there. Yeah, these bases, they suck. I know some of the newer figures, this hasn't been bad, but on the older figures, they really just suck. All right, guess what? We got the big one next, the 2-pack. The Spectre and Atom Smasher, or Justice Society. Yeah, whew. Well, no point in delaying it. Dr. Scalpo. Now, what action figures are you hoping that McFarlane does before the end of his run with DC Multiverse? Are you like me, hoping that somehow he can still do DC multifigures? I'm kind of hoping he still can. But let me know, what figures are you sad you haven't seen yet? For example, the Justice League. Oh, okay, editor, yes, I know I still don't have the Wildcat. It's a US exclusive. I haven't found anyone who is willing to part with one at a normal price, okay? They're expensive figures to get. It's like the DC Multiverse Orion, which is also a US exclusive, or Geoforce, or especially that Beast Boy. The funny thing is, too, I do have a I do have the EB Games exclusive Mr. Bones to trade, but I kind of have my expectations up to a certain point, so, just because of the fact I know people in the States can't get him with the signed card, and I kind of want the other stuff. But what do you say I finish taking... Oh, there's more tape! Okay, here we go. Mint in package, people freak out. Okay, I like the backdrop. It's a nice big torn city. Not that I'll ever use the backdrop, because I'll leave it in the box. But what do you say? I lean over and hurt my back, but no. I'm going to finish taking these guys out of the package, and we'll be back right after their close-up.
Thinking that I always was a lost cause, and in spite of that, never cared what they said, the lies they fed. Call me the person that I am today. Call us the ones who trying to be the way. Call me not based on your opinion. We don't care why we follow this absurd thing. I am not alone. We are millions of words for us to create our own world. We can choose our fun to be just what we want. We came up on the street without you were calling me. You won't through. Judge me for my pink hair and not your concern what my parents think. Call me the person that I am today. Call us the ones who try to be the way. Call me not based on your opinion. We don't care why we follow this absurd thing. I am not alone. We are millions of words for us to create our own world. We can choose our fun to be just what we want. To be just what we want. I know you're too scared to open
Now,
up.
the 2-pack doesn't really come with anything. It comes with the M Smasher card and the Spectre card, and of course the round bases. That's it. That's all it comes with. But let's just get into it, shall we? Now, if you saw on the close-ups, I did Atom Smasher first, then I did the Spectre after. So let's just do it in that order again. So here's Atom Smasher, and this is a very comic book accurate Atom Smasher. It is pretty much it. It's a shame we don't get change of hands, because if you bought the Black Atom Smasher, oh look, it's the same figure. It's a reuse, let's be honest. It's also a shame we didn't get a normal size Atom Smasher. I'm just saying, it would have been really cool. But overall, it is a nice figure. Actually, in some ways, I like the colors more on this guy. The only thing is, the symbol doesn't pop as much, because the raised symbol on the movie one really pops. This one is just like a stencil on. That's disappointing, but overall I do like the color scheme. I like this one better. So it's kind of like movie. This guy's going to go on the shelf with my Justice League Society shelving that's going to be set up. I'm happy I got him. And unfortunately, because of his size, he's not going to be in front of the shelf. Obviously, he's just too darn big. But he's kind of cool. I like him. It's fun. But let's be honest. If you bought the 2-pack, you probably bought it for the same reason I did. Yes. Now, you saw in the close-up, I did pull out the other Spectre. And there's, you know, apart from the darker green, plastic cape, wire goods cape. Oh, let's get into it, shall we? Now, on the previous Spectre, I'm not talking about the Green Lantern version, which I don't have, solid. You can't move anything. It's just pretty much very limited. A more ghostly white skin tone. And oddly enough, the hood is also you could actually pull it back, which is really, really a nice feature because, you know, it doesn't happen very often that you get a hoodie you can pull back. I like the fact that they actually thought about it. Because if you're crazy enough to buy this 2-pack and say, hey, I'm going to customize it to be a bald character, first of all, you have to be crazy, but you could do it. And yes, in some ways, I'm pretty sure it's the same Deadman face sculpt, but who cares? Deadman was hard to find anyway, but this is what makes this figure so good, is this beautiful wired cape. And it's not just on the sides, it's wired everywhere. I mean, this is a cape that you could really pose very well. I mean, this is a great cape. The only thing is, when you move the cape, you're gonna have to readjust the headpiece a little bit, but yeah, he's front of the shelf for sure. This looks so good. This is my favorite Spectre so far. Again, I only have the other one, so not a hard comparison. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the show for today, and for the year most likely, because this is Boxing Day, and well, there's only one more real weekend left in the year, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything. Now, as I said before, this is going to be wrapping up 2025. I will be taking a break. So, apart from doing the usual, where I ask you to please like the video, please like the video, please sign up to YouTube and then subscribe to the channel. Once you've done that, you want that little bell notification thing, because I don't know when the channel is coming back. There will be a season 5. I'm not sure if it's going to be weekly or not. It's kind of hard to say. I mean, there's no action figures coming in right now, so I probably won't get start getting action figures again until maybe mid-January, end of January. So I'm not sure if season 5 is going to be a weekly show, a monthly show. I don't know. That's why you want that little bell notification thing. I've also got some other plans as well. Got to survive, keep going. But that's life. I mean, 4 seasons of this, it went from being and I'm going to admit, I look back at the first season, I'm like, oh my god, it's so bad, to what I'm doing now. Yeah, it's improved a lot. And yes, if I ever do get action figures sent to me from other toy companies, it'll help. If I get sponsored, it'll definitely help the show. But for now, it's going to be a break. I'm going to be working on redoing the studio. Not this part. This part stays because I'm stubborn and it hasn't fallen down. I'm changing out my shelving. I've already started. That's why I couldn't do a different Batgirl comparison. I've already taken off all the figures off the shelf, take out that sort of like plastic and tube shelving. So it's going to be a matter of over the next week or two of basically redoing the studio shelving. This part's not changing, but the rest does have to get changed. I want to have a better display of the action figures. So yeah, there'll be a break. There'll be a break. But yeah, I might get bored. That's why you want that little bell notification thing. Click on it, because you never know. I might get bored one day and like, okay, I'm home from work. Oh, I'm going to do this. Boom. And you never know. Okay, so yeah. But all that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful New Year's Eve next week. I hope today's Boxing Day treats you better than Boxing Day normally treats me. There will be a message after the credits sort of explaining why, and a few other things too. And yes, before Shane gets disappointed, there's going to be a blooper or two, Shane. You know, not as funny, but yeah, still a blooper or two. Mostly from the warm-up. But yeah, that's it. So as always, because it's really important for your body, your mind, and your emotional being, you got to do your best to stay healthy. Seriously, stay healthy. And when you do get a really low card like that demon one, well, that's a good way, even for a moment, to bring a bit of joy into your life, and that'll help you to stay happy. And when you do know that, hey, 2025 is ending, you can think about 2026, and maybe it'll be a better year, because you have to have that hope. It's a good way to stay positive, and that's going to wrap up the show. Thank you guys once again so much for putting up with my antics, for putting up with me talking about the show. Hopefully you can comment and share. You thought I was going to forget saying that. Comment and share the videos, please. Please let toy manufacturers know, or like I said, I did put up a list on Amazon that's available in the links. I've also got the links to EB Games. Let them know, hey, this guy deserves a break. This guy wants to do action figures. Get in touch with this guy. It'd be really cool. And all that said, like I said, if there's something you want me to review, let me know. If I have the money for it, I'll pick it up. If I don't, send it to me. But yeah, I will be coming back in 2026 with the show. Some changes, of course. It won't be a weekly format anymore. Because, well, frankly, we know that DC Multiverse with Todd McFarlane's ending at some point, probably in the late spring, early summer of next year. And I'm still not sure what Mattel's going to do. That's why I'm kind of looking at expanding into other toy lines. Because let's be honest, you, me, and a whole bunch of people like us out there, we're toyaholics. We can't help ourselves. We need to collect. But that's it. I'm going to run the credits, which is usual. Please do all the YouTube stuff as again. And take care of yourselves. Enjoy Boxing Day. Enjoy your weekend. And hopefully the rest of the week will go well for you. And hopefully your New Year's Eve will be a wonderful New Year's Eve as well. Until next time, my faithful viewers, subscribers, and watchers who haven't subscribed but still watch these videos, thank you so much for making this year more easy for me, because as you know, men's mental health is important to me, because it is, and this is my little bit of joy, my little way of staying healthy, my little way of being happy, and of course my way of being positive. I said it again. But no, you guys have a great weekend. Take care of your family, love your family, and do your best, of course, to look forward to more action figures in the new year. Take care. Well, there you have her. She, of course, comes with the digital card. He's a big action figure. Yeah, I mean, he's supposed to be colossally big. I don't like that, and I just had a back spasm. Holy shit. Hey, I thought I'd give you guys a little behind the scenes as to why I'm taking a break after this episode. Well, of course, you recognize the sound wall. And yes, those are bags holding the sound wall in place, a little extra muffle. Of course, there's the desk. If you've seen my videos before, you remember I had a canvas shelving here. It was like plastic and tubing and canvassing. Well, this is why I'm taking a break. My new shelving. Now, this kind of shelving is practical. Because I know a lot of people out there will see shelving that's glass or wood and everything else. Well, that costs money. Money I don't have. But what I do have is a job where I have access to these guys. Now, if you don't know, these are bean crates. Heavy-duty plastic bean crates that pretty much every grocery store has. What most people don't know is most stores throw these in the garbage. They don't recycle them. So I started off with a couple, just trying them out, and I realized, yeah, they can't really hold books on them, but action figures, perfect. So all this has cost me is a bit of embarrassment taking them home on the bus and zap straps. But here you have a sturdy, nice, open shelving for your action figures. So you can do action figure shelving displays on a budget. Go to your local grocery store, ask them, hey, do you guys get bean crates? There's also green ones as well. But do you guys keep them or you guys throw them out? If they say throw them out and you want to do this kind of shelving, let me know. And I'll show you exactly how I put these guys together, even though that's a hint right there. Another good thing about this, guys, is that when I go to move, except that basically one crate is already packed with action figures. A lot less packing to do down the road. So that's it for behind the scenes, but I will do one more cut. Actually, just walk with me. How's that? Because basically, that's not filled. It's going to take some time to put everything organized. And yes, I have a whole bunch of empty boxes I need to also organize. But one of the reasons why I found these work is because of what I did on my wall. Yeah, they do work. Now, the ones on the wall are half width. It's the same length, but they're half width, but they work very well. But let's go down and I'll show you one shelf that's already finished. I know, it's not upstairs, but there it is. It is a shelving behind my main floor desk where I basically said, hey, let's put Batman figures. And that's it for behind the scenes. So now you can understand why over the next couple of weeks there might not be any videos on the peg. That plus fact, there's no action figures really to come in right now. But that's it. I will see you guys. Ooh, scary lighting. Oh, being a toyholic. And yes, here's another one. I will be actually continuing this project in the new year, where I'll be building a new studio. That'll take probably about a year to do in the basement, where I have all my comic books. But this won't be for action figures. This will be for, well, I gave you a hint, for comic books. And before you ask, no, I'm not buying comic books. I can't afford to buy comic books and action figures. But I do have a large collection, and I figured, why not do a retro comic book review show in 2026? But that's going to take some time to build all this, because I need to get more of these. I've only got 3 of these units built so far. I need to put in the basement after I clean up my basement, because I had a collapse a while back. But that's it for behind the scenes. And that's going to wrap up 2026. I hope you guys have a good new year. And, well, like I said before, hit that notification bell, because you never know when the show's coming back. Apart from that, thank you guys for watching the show for so long, all 4 seasons. Thank you, Shane, my #1 guy. I love you, brother. Any of you out there who've actually contacted the other companies, thank you. No one's contacted me back, unfortunately. To the guys at EB Games Retail, thank you. You guys have been fantastic. I'm looking forward to still shopping there for as long as I can. And that's pretty much it. Hope you guys have a good, happy new year, and we'll see you at some point in 2026. Yeah, I filmed a video. Check out my TikTok. Check out my other YouTube channel. And starting next year, there's going to be I fucking bloopered on a blooper thing. Alright, starting next year, as on another video channel I set up, even though I won't put one video on it, I will be talking about my Kryptonian universe. The universe where I sort of talk about some of my really basic customs and the stories behind them, and also start establishing the lore and history of that universe. Now, this is just a head swap custom, but there's a story behind it. But it's just in brief, I'll tell you what the Kryptonian universe is. It was a concept I had, instead of drawing, because people like Shane and Kang, a whole bunch of other people know that I designed a lot of characters over the years. But I started the other day, I figured, oh, why not do something different? So I did my first custom action figure in a long time. I did way back when, in the days of Marvel Legends. I had a whole bunch of customs back then. But I did a simple custom, and I went, this gives me an idea for a series. So the concept of the Kryptonian is, well, if you know the story of Superman, Superman gets sent to Earth by his parents because Krypton's going to explode, yada, 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 yada. Well, I said, because I comic book geek, I looked at the history of Krypton and did one of those what-if stories or Elseworld stories. So in this Elseworld story, if you know the history of Krypton, Krypton used to be a spacefaring species. They would go out in space, they'd colonize and everything else. And even though they never outright said it exactly, but let's be honest, Daxamites and Kryptonites, yes, Kryptonians and Daxamites are basically the same people. And I didn't, like, you know, it's all pre-New 52 and all that stuff, but still, the history is there. So when I was looking at all that, I realized there was a time in Krypton's past that, well, they became religious and decided to stop going to space. So I figured, well, what if the opposite happened? What if they basically put down this religious revolution, you know, Ra and everything else, and chose to keep on going into space? And eventually, of course, there'd be a war between Daxam and Krypton. Like, a good old, we want our independence from you. So the story comes around out of that. And I talked about it a bit on that channel. I did the one video already, where basically the Kryptonians discover that, hey, the Daxamites can't put up with lead. So they start poisoning the atmosphere so they can take over the colony again, because Kryptonites are immune. They don't get poisoned by lead, even though pretty much they probably would. Humans do, but still, comic book wise. And what that was basically leading up to was the Daxamites had to basically leave. They were basically, refugees in space. But as they were leaving, as the war was going on, one ship gets hit and it basically gets damaged. And of course, the life pods go out, and most of the life pods get scooped up by the Kryptonians because, they're going to relocate them and yada, yada, yada. But one pod, this is where it gets fun, changes everything, right? This is where the L family, the Daxamite L family, lands by drifting through space, and, they're in hibernation and everything else. And all enough, they land on Earth, but in Canada. Okay? Now, of course, they're injured, they're not 100%, but they're living in the woods far enough away from, lead, so they can sort of survive. And because when they land, let's be honest, it was like the 1950s, they were able to basically create fake identities for themselves and all that stuff. And of course, they had a son. And that son had a sister eventually, but that's besides the point. But the son, basically, Mon-El, you see where I'm going with this? Mon-El basically developed more of an immunity to lead because they're not around it so much. And he basically started coming out as this superhero. They called him Superman. The House of Elcrest stays the same. Except what he did was, to make people not realize he was an alien, he wore a battle suit. And, and so forth and so forth. And, of course, there's other DC characters in this Kryptonian universe as well, and I have a whole bunch of them also, with some very unique twists on them. And eventually what happens is, well, Kara Zor-El, Kal-El's cousin, disappears. She was on a recon mission, disappeared, and by now the Kryptonians are pure science, and they also have this thing about contamination with other species and so forth. So if you go somewhere and you're deemed like contaminated by them, you can't come back. But her cousin Kal-El decides, hey, I'm going to go look for my cousin because she means a lot to me. And if you don't realize by now, the Kryptonians were using genetic coding. In other words, genetic codes would be reused and reused and reused, especially the John Byrne Krypton. So Kal is basically almost an exact twin of Mon-El. See where I'm going? Do you see where I'm going with this? So what happens is he basically follows the path, gets to Earth, and he finds his cousin. No spoilers there. And of course, Mon-El, Superman, confronts him. Whole story evolves and so forth. So eventually, Kal will assume the mantle of Superman. It's a nice Elseworld story. I would love for DC to come to me and say, hey, we want this story, but I'm putting it out here so it's public and it's known out there. I've had a whole bunch of characters in the past sort of taken from me, or story ideas taken from me that I've talked about in the past. So by doing it this way, you know it, I know it, I talked about it here. So that's it. So in 2026, at some point, the Kryptonian Universe channel, which does exist already, I have one video, is going to start showcasing individual characters and their backstories and sort of slowly piecing that entire storyline together. And that's it. That's it for this episode of On the Peg. That's it for 2026. Wink. You never know. Hit that notification button. You never know. I might be doing a New Year's Eve show. I don't know yet. It depends, okay? But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the bloopers. I hope you enjoyed the behind the scenes of why I'm taking a break from just doing a video every week. Also, this is another reason why. Because I'm going to be working on this Kryptonian thing while I'm taking this break. But there might be some shorts, so you want that notification thing hit, and that's it. You guys have a happy new year, and do your best, because if you watch my TikTok, you'll know, do your best for your body, your mind, your mental being to stay healthy. Of course, when you have action figures and you got new videos coming, it's a good reason to stay happy. And when you think about maybe one day getting your story actually published, it's a good way to stay positive. Happy holidays, happy new year, and we'll see you at some point in 2026.
You know the